Hi everyone, here is Kwas from Dark Tower Interactive, and today we are going to see the new features included in ACF 4.4 regarding the animation system. First of all, let's open our player blueprint, by default the one based on GASP, and let's go to the animation blueprint, the motion matching animation blueprint. As you remember from many other tutorials, all the animation blueprints in ACF are divided in layers, which means that you can swap layers and basically reconstruct all the logic within the animation system the way you want without having to change the entire system. I've seen a lot of people in our Discord struggling with creating complex animation systems, so I've tried to make it as simple as possible, and this new system will allow you to create very complex animation behavior with a very minimal setup. So let's start. As you see inside the MM template, which is basically the motion matching template, the one that is created straightforward from GASP, does not use the moveset layers. There is just one, the unarmed one, and when you swap weapons, this layer is not changed at all. This is just like, you know, a basic moveset with just an idle pose. Rider layers are instead activated when you go on a mount. For instance, when you are mounting a horse, the horse rider layer will be activated and you will use the logic within this layer instead. And also with those animations, as you can see. So every time you are in a different situation, one of those layers is activated, making very easy for you to expand the system without limits, the war for car, war for the boat, etc. But one of the things that have been significantly improved in this update are the overlays. Overlays are layers that only applies on the upper body of the character without affecting all the animation, but just blended on top of the current animation from GASPs. By default, those overlays are triggered automatically when you swap a weapon. For instance, moveset pistol is activated when you wear a pistol, same for rifle, bow, and etc. If you want to check the tags of the overlays that have been applied, we can do that by simply opening one of the items that we have in ACF, not here, like ACF sword. And if we open it and we go into the weapon, here moveset overlay, this is the tag of the overlay that will be activated when this sword is equipped. So if we try to open this mask sword overlay, we will see, we go in the details, we will see all the poses that will be applied to this overlay. We have the idle one, which is the one applied by default. Then we have the aim one and the blocking one, which will be applied while you are blocking. And other than the pose, we can decide how this pose is applied. We can decide how this pose is applied on top of our base animation. For instance, we can choose between dynamic additive, which is the default one, which transforms the pose into a dynamic additive animations that will be applied on top of the layer. I suggest to use this one. Additive if the animation that you are using is already additive, or override if you want that the new animation will override the base one. Usually I suggest to use dynamic additive. So if we also open the blend mask, which is the new thing in ACF 4v4, you can also design how this blend applies. For instance, you can select the bones of the skeleton of your character. You can change the skeleton from here and define bone by bone the alpha and the type of blend that will be applied. When you select a certain bone, this alpha is applied starting from this one to hold the chain up to the leaf of the skeleton graph, except if there are like a lower bone that will be encountered, and in this case, if a bone is lower in the chain, the new alpha will be applied. So for instance, when we hit play, if we hit play and we draw the sword, we will basically see that the pose is applied on top of all the others animation. And you can decide how strong it is applied to every bone, so basically it will maintain all the details of the lower body animation while still holding the sword correctly. And if, for instance, we go into block mode, we see that also the block overlay is properly applied. All automatically. And the same applies, of course, for all the other layers, like for instance the bow, and also to the other layers like the guns. This system becomes very easy to basically change entirely how your animation looks without too much work. For instance, we want to modify how our character holds the bow. We can simply open the bow overlay. We find the bow holding animation, which looks like this one, and we can easily edit the animation basically like this. We just selecting the skeleton tree. This is just an example. Don't take this like something meaningful for your animation. We select like clavicle hair, we move it like this, we add a key, we save, and when we try to take the bow, see now, I mean, the blending is not 100% in this case, but this depends on not depending on the rest of the body. But you can see the arm is, fucked up as in the animation. So you can really customize completely how your character moves very easily. Thanks for watching. Which tutorial do you want to see next? Please write in the comment below, and to the next update. Bye bye.